Junkanoo Showdown. First tonight, we are hours away from the most anticipated cultural event of the year. Costumes get their final touches, dancers perfect their routines, and the musical notes are being fine-tuned. If you're a ticketed spectator, what you need to know ahead of your arrival. This as our B Group Spotlight focuses on 20 years for the Body of Christ Crusaders, marching in memory of a fallen member this Boxing Day. Plus, our holiday spotlight shifts across the world to Syria, where protests erupt over the burning of a Christmas tree. And then on our news at 7:30, count your blessings. While heartbreak surrounds Syria's fallen tree, Grand Bahamas Port Lukaya Christmas tree lights up Freeport with hope and holiday cheer. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Berthany McDermott, in for Candino Knowles. The countdown to the 2024 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade is on, and if you don't have tickets, you're out of luck. With the highly anticipated event completely sold out, organizers are now turning their attention to New Year's, where tickets are flying off the digital shelves, with only 20% unsold. Marketing and Consumer Solutions Vice President Amber Carey is urging everyone to purchase New Year's tickets as soon as possible. But for the ticket holders, here's what you need to know before coming to the parades.
We are asking all of ticket holders to make sure you have the app downloaded. We will not be taking printed out tickets or email tickets from your email at the parade. We will be expecting you to go into your wallet on the app. That is how we are going to scan them. That is how we're going to know that you are the rightful ticket holder. We're also encouraging everybody who is heading down to Bay tomorrow to make sure that you see where your section is and how to get to it.
Carey also addressed ticket transfers, urging customers to use the app's transfer feature to share tickets.
If you have bought for other people or you decide not to go and you're going to give those tickets to somebody else, you need to go into the app and you need to transfer them from your wallet. You can't screenshot and share them with them. You can't send them an email with a screenshot. We're asking you to please make sure they download the app, set up an account, and transfer over.
And as spectators prepare to be seated on Bay, B groups are getting ready to rumble. But for one of them, the parade is a bittersweet presentation for them, where they'll also be remembering a recently fallen member. Marlena Leonard puts a spotlight on the Body of Christ Crusaders.
This year we celebrate 20 years of existence, and we are expressing 20 years of cultural development in our community, Pinewood Gardens.
Coordinator of the Body of Christ Crusaders, Kimsley Ferguson, says the group has a focus on social, spiritual, emotional, and academic aspects of the lives of their young membership. As for what can be expected on Bay this Boxing Day parade,
you're going to see themes depicted such as the emblem that goes along with our grouping, which is the Crusader, a man riding a horse, and so you're going to see horses, you're going to see flags, you're going to see shields. And we have a lead costume that's going to represent some of the fallen members of our grouping that we want to memorialize.
One of those members, 44-year-old Kishnell Edgecombe, who was shot and killed just weeks ago on November 30th when he walked out of the Body of Christ Crusaders shack to get food.
He picked up what is called a stray bullet, was not part and parcel to any wrong company, but just the wrong place at the wrong time. He was just a fixture in our family and in our community. Everybody loved him. Again, we want to memorialize him, and again, while we would have expressed condolences, we want to express it to the family publicly that, we love him.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
Thanks, Marlena. The Royal Bahamas Police Force reporting an uptick in theft and armed robberies this Christmas season, and now officers are cautioning residents to be vigilant. Inspector Desiree Ferguson advising shoppers not to leave valuables in their vehicles and to park in well-lit areas.
For our business owners, we are encouraging you to not leave large sums of cash in your businesses overnight. We are encouraging you to use an armor service or the services of the Royal Bahamas Police Force if you need assistance with making cash deposits. We are encouraging them to make sure that they offset their cash deposit time. Again, we are approaching the holiday season, and so we want everyone to have a safe and holiday. We know persons are going to be attending family gatherings and spending time with family, But if they are engaging in alcohol consumption, ensure that you appoint a designated driver.
And if you believe you're being followed or targeted, then you should call your nearest police station.
We know that the criminal element uses opportunities where persons may be easily distracted or they're not aware of their surroundings, and so that's why that is heavily stressed.
A 45-year-old man is behind bars after police say he robbed a West Bay Street business. Police say the incident unfolded around 6:30 last night. That's when a masked gunman walked into the business and demanded cash. But before he could get away, he was confronted by a police officer. And here is where the story takes a frightening turn. Police say the suspect grabbed a bystander and held him at gunpoint. During the ordeal, he allegedly pointed the gun at the officer and was able to escape, but not for long. A tip led officers to the suspect, who was arrested. And now to another story we've been following this week, as for the first time since he was awarded over $1 billion in damages, BML Properties Limited CEO Sarkis Ismailian is speaking out. He is calling the bankruptcy filing just another example of how CCA is seeking to evade responsibility. Days after China Construction America filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, BML Properties Limited Chair Sarkis Ismailian is speaking out on the matter. In a statement, Ismailian said this is just another example of CCA and its multi-billion-dollar parent company, China State Construction Engineering Corporation, attempting to evade responsibility for its actions by hiding behind Chapter 11 proceedings. Back in October, New York Supreme Court Justice Andrew Barak awarded Ismailian over $1.6 billion in damages, citing multiple instances of fraud. CCA has since appealed the ruling. The appellant division of the New York Supreme Court dismissed CCA's motion and lifted an interim stay granted in November. The bankruptcy affidavit filed in New Jersey said CCA's financial challenges, which began in 2015, were caused by several factors outside of its control, including a broad retreat from and policy changes negatively impacting Chinese investment in U.S.-based construction projects. It continues, these business headwinds were further exacerbated by the 2017 commencement of the Baha Mar litigation and the allegations made by BMLP therein, which undermine CCA's ability to win and execute new business. China State Construction Engineering Corporation Bahamas and CCA Bahamas are listed as defendants in the matter. CCA Bahamas owns British Colonial and Margaritaville Beach Resort. The two did not file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. CCA CEO Yan Wei says the recent ruling in NYC was wrong and believes it will be reversed once the appeal is heard. Labor and the Public Service Minister Pierre Glover-Rule is hitting back at criticism from Trade Union Congress President Obi Ferguson about current labor relations, calling his comments disappointing but not surprising. Her comments come after Ferguson claimed 14 unions have strike certificates, adding delays could compel unions to consider industrial action. In a statement late yesterday, Glover-Rule said Ferguson's remarks contradict the positive feedback government received during a recent meeting with trade union representatives. She noted the meeting, which included the TUC, resulted in a list of action items, some of which have already been moved forward, while others will be addressed early next year. The minister also responded to questions about strike certificates issued to local unions, calling them a normal part of the labor process. She said these certificates often lead to successful negotiations without strikes. Much more to get to tonight, including more on the upcoming Junkanoo parade, as well as all eyes are on Bay Street. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg.
Thanks, Bethany, and happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Partly cloudy skies on the outside. We do have a weak surface trough hanging out in our area. Temperatures are in the mid-70s, 75 degrees is our current temperature. Winds out of the east. We still have a slight breeze out there at 15 miles per hour. Feels like temperature in the mid-70s. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 72 in Freeport, also in Marsh Harbour, Abaco. We pick up 75, Alistown, Bimini, here in the capital and over in Governor's Harbour. 73, Great Harbour, Keithbury Islands, Nicholstown, Andros, the Big Yard. You are 74 into the Central Bahamas, 76, Kemps Bay, Deadman's Key, 75s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn, Townsend, Salvador, Georgetown, 77 and into the Southeast Bahamas, 78 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Matthewtown, Inagua, Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands, and then we pick up 77s in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Aucklands, Abrahams Bay, Maguana, all 77s at this hour. Satellite radar composite, we have a low pressure system just to the north of us, just off the east coast of Florida, but it has a weak surface trough hanging across the area that's producing some cloudiness as well as some shower activity across mainly the Abaco, the Eleuthera, and the Andros, and here in the capital. We will continue to see this hang out for at least another day before things start to change. We have that low pressure system pulling north. A frontal boundary will emanate out of that. That should pull through our area by Thursday. We could see some more showers in the forecast. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, today in sports history, we look back at the greatest play in Bahamas Bowl history. We've got evidence of how great it was. It even got an award.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
I'll be home for Christmas.
This holiday season, every embrace, every smile, every laugh feels like a gift. And every gathering is filled with the warmth of our Bahamian traditions. It's good to be home.
Well, it seems Santa is rewarding us this year for bringing you the most timely and up-to-date news. Happy holidays from the team you already trust.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us here at RTV.
And now to this breaking story. The world-famous Valley Boys have split. What does this mean for their legacy? Stay tuned for more details.
We are not interested in Valley Boy A, B, F, or Q. These Saxon superstars are coming.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's Sean Marknut. Let's do show.
Today in sports history, we look back at the very first Bahamas Bowl when the game burst onto the scene and focus the attention of the college football world on the Bahamas. In the 2014 inaugural Popeyes Bahamas Bowl, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers defeated the Central Michigan Chippewas 49-48 in the first FBS Bowl game outside of the continental U.S. since 1937. Western Kentucky built a 49-14 lead after 3 quarters, but Central Michigan rallied with a 34-point fourth quarter, including a play you had to see to believe. From his own 20, Chippewas QB Cooper Rush unloaded a Hail Mary caught by Jesse Kroll in a sea of defenders. Kroll lateral to Deion Butler, Butler lateral to Courtney Williams, and finally, Williams found an unsuspecting Titus Davis who outraced what seemed like 45 Western Kentucky defenders to the pylon for the score. It was better than Odell Beckham's play. ESPN had it wrong. In the end, it was a 75-yard, 3-lateral score that was named the top play of the 2014 bowl season by ESPN SportsCenter. The final series of plays captured the imagination of college football fans who saw countless replays on national and local TV outlets. The team set FBS Bowl records for most combined passing touchdowns with 12 and combined passing yards with 971.
That was back then. Here's what's coming up on our sports tonight. Emily Morley makes a donation to the Nassau Rowing Club. Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, and Klay Thompson saw action last night in the association, and we head to France to check up on some of our overseas pros.
That'll do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As Christmas Eve chaos erupts for U.S. travelers, a tech issue grounding all American airline flights nationwide. Plus, tensions rise in Syria as masked men torch a Christmas tree in a Christian-majority town, sparking nationwide protests. And party over. Party City to close all its stores after recent bankruptcy filing. We'll tell you what brought the celebrations to a halt when our news returns.
And now to this breaking story. The world-famous Valley Boys have split. What does this mean for their legacy? Stay tuned for more details.
We are not interested in Valley Boy A, B, F, or Q. These Saxon superstars are coming for 4 straight. And one group we are definitely not worried about is...
Beat Roots? You couldn't even beat yourself on a wet paper bag. Listen here, warriors, the real warrior is War Daddy. We're gonna be all up in the place, especially on our TV.
Well, isn't that nice? Looks like Santa really appreciates the fact that we bring you the stories that matter to you every day. Happy holidays from the team you already trust.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us here at RTV.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
The bleachers are going up, and that means Junkanoo is just weeks away.
That also means you're closer to winning this brand new 2024 U-On Pro courtesy of Our News and Easy Car Sales.
Remember, the key to winning is to stay tuned to Our News nightly at 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. for a special Easy Car Sales story. There's a QR code on the screen that you can scan right from your mobile device.
Or head over to ournews.bs, answer the latest question correctly, and you're automatically entered to win.
The winner will be announced live during the Our News coverage of the 2024 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. American Airlines is back in the skies after a nationwide ground stop disrupted one of the busiest travel days of the year, Christmas Eve. The airline says a vendor technology issue caused all flights to be grounded earlier this morning, but it's been resolved. The FAA lifted the ground stop after about an hour, though many flights are still delayed by 1 to 2 hours. Travelers are advised to check their flight status before heading to the airport. Protests have erupted across Syria after a Christmas tree was burned in a Christian-majority town. Footage show masked men setting the tree ablaze just before Christmas Eve. The Islamist group HTS, now leading Syria after topping President Bashar al-Assad, blames foreign fighters for the attack, saying they've been detained. The attack highlights challenges facing HTS, which has pledged to protect Syria's diverse ethnic and religious groups. The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear TikTok's last-ditch effort to avoid a nationwide ban or forced sale, with arguments set for January 10th, just 9 days before the ban takes effect. Government says TikTok's ties to China pose security risks, a claim TikTok and its parent company ByteDance denies. A federal appeal court recently upheld the ban, calling it the result of bipartisan efforts, while Donald Trump, who takes office on January 20th, has voiced support for TikTok. Some lawmakers oppose blocking the ban. After nearly 40 years of celebrations, Party City is closing its doors. The retailer announced Saturday it's shutting down nearly 700 stores and winding down operations after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for the second time in 2 years. According to the company, rising costs, slowing demand, and competition from Walmart, Target, and pop-up stores like Spirit Halloween proved too much to overcome. Party City says over 95% of its 12,000 employees will stay on to assist with the closures. Going out of business sales are already offering up to 50% off. And the world's largest iceberg is on the move again, scientists from the British Antarctic Survey say. The A23 iceberg, which is said to be slightly bigger than Rhode Island, had been spinning in the same spot in the Southern Ocean for months. It originally broke off from the Filchner-Ronne iceberg shelf in 1986 and stayed grounded on the Wendell Sea floor for over 30 years. Now drifting toward warmer waters near South Georgia, A23A is expected to break up and melt. Scientists say it won't raise sea levels, but are studying how icebergs like it affect ocean nutrients, ecosystems, and carbon cycles. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 24th. And then in our news at 7:30, with Junkanoo just a day away, all eyes are on the Valley Boys split. Tonight, we take you inside the Way Forward Valley Boys shack for an exclusive look at how they are preparing to make their mark. And generosity in action. Kelly's customers raised $4,000 for the Grand Bahama Children's Home this month, with the store adding a $1,000 gift card to stretch the impact. The story when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
I'll be home for Christmas.
This holiday season, every embrace, every smile, every laugh feels like a gift. And every gathering is filled with the warmth of our Bahamian traditions. It's good to be home.
Well, it seems Santa is rewarding us this year for bringing you the most timely and up-to-date news. Happy holidays from the team you already trust.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us here at RTV.
And now to this breaking story. The world-famous Valley Boys have split.
Welcome back to our news. On this day in Bahamian history, in 1939, Oaksfield Airport officially opened in Nassau. Purchased earlier that month by Harry Oakes, it served as the main airport until Nassau International Airport opened in 1957. In 2014, the first Bahamas Bowl took place at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, sponsored by Popeyes. Western Kentucky beat Central Michigan 49-48 in a thrilling game. In 2015, American Jose Ramon Diaz was charged after a Bimini drug bust uncovered $11 million worth of narcotics aboard a 62-foot yacht. And in 2016, public Christmas decorations costing $335,000 sparked criticism for wasteful spending. MP Andre Rollins called the designs hideous. To hear more about the day that was December 24th, head over to ournews.bs. Well, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, visit Our News again, ournews.bs. That does it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is our Atalia Hall with the latest headlines. Atalia, before we hand over, if you participated in our Ride Easy with Our News campaign, then remember your chance to start the new year in style. This Boxing Day, you could drive away in a brand new all-electric BYD SUV.
Yes, BJ, Monday was the last day for submissions, and by this time on Thursday, we'll have met the winner, who will be announced in our TV's broadcast of the 2024 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade, which begins tomorrow at 8 p.m. live from Bay Street. And BJ, as we prepare for Christmas, how are you spending your holiday? I'm ready, hat ready, and I'm ready for the gifts. How are you spending your holiday?
Luckily for me, I will spend my holidays in the RTV studios.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully, here you can have a little Christmas food, a little Christmas dinner, and some gifts. I know maybe Ken is going to be. Okay.
Just me.
Sorry. Thanks so much, BJ. And we're now just hours away from the highly anticipated Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade. Our broadcast tonight will be focused on Christmas and Junkanoo. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30 with Junkanoo just hours away. All eyes are on the Valley Boys split. Tonight, our Daniel Miller takes us inside the Way Forward Shack for an exclusive look. Also, as the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade draws near, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is reminding Bahamians to stay vigilant during the festivities. Plus, from corporate sponsors to everyday Bahamians, the spirit of giving is alive this holiday season. Hear how the CB Cares Foundation is spreading Christmas cheer in the capital. And later, Kelly's Freeport customers raising $4,000 for the Grand Bahama Children's Home, with Kelly's adding a $1,000 gift card. Find out how the funds will help make this holiday brighter for the kids when our news returns. And now to this breaking story. The world-famous Valley Boys have split. What does this mean for their legacy? Stay tuned for more details.
We are not interested in Valley Boy A, B, F, or Q. The Saxon superstars are coming for 4 straight. And one group we are definitely not worried about is...
Beat Roots? You couldn't even beat yourself with a wet paper bag. Listen here, warriors, the real warrior is War Daddy. We gonna be all up in the place, especially on our TV.
Well, isn't that nice? Looks like Santa really appreciates the fact that we bring you the stories that matter to you every day. Happy holidays from the team you already trust.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us here at RTV.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
The bleachers are going up, and that means Junkanoo is just weeks away.
That also means you're closer to winning this brand new 2024 You On Pro, courtesy of Our News and Easy Car Sales.
Remember, the key to winning is to stay tuned to Our News nightly at 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. for a special...
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Junkunoo is just a day away, and a lot of the focus will be on the Valley Boys split. One faction of the group is the Way Forward Valley Boys. In this report, our Danielle Miller takes us inside their shack.
With mere hours before the Junkanoo parade, there is one group in particular many of us are waiting to see what they bring to Bay Street. Categorized as a fun group this season, the Valley Boys Way Forward faction promises to give you a show like no other. We are in their shack and got all the exclusive details on their depiction of Exodus.
We were met with chariots and parting seas meticulously being pasted by senior members. Peter Gold Turnquest, who started in the Valley Boys as a runner in the 1960s, says they're determined to leave audiences in awe, which fueled his decision to his return to Bay Street.
Presenting ourselves as though we were actually going to the parade and being judged like everybody else. So we want the public to know that this is not a what we call a half-hearted approach. No, we're going all in. As you can see around the shack, we've got wonderful costumes and our preparation is on point. And even I got a little costume this time myself, after about 10 years. So I'm excited about that.
Anthony Bain, known as Bain Boy, began his Junkanoo journey with the Valley Boys in 1971, winning a total of 19 Best Costume Awards. He gave us a sneak peek of what fans can expect this year.
We're going to have a piece where Moses was apparently pleading with Pharaoh to let the people go in a scene produced by Edward Monroe. Then, of course, the piece that I produced, Pharaoh Chase, which is Pharaoh trying to retain his prominence. Just behind you, we're doing a piece, I'm completing a piece now that is a biblical piece, but it's the burning bush.
With that said, see you on Bay. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Danny. And with the Boxing Day Junkanoo parade just out, says Bahamians should be vigilant when attending the parades. Inspector Desiree Ferguson shared this advice for Bahamians looking to attend the Boxing Day parade.
Be mindful of your surroundings, be mindful of where you're going, be mindful of where you park in very well lit areas, and move in groups. Try not to move about by yourself. We encourage persons, we know that the parade is going on during dark, when it's dark, and so we're encouraging persons to just be mindful of where you walk. Keep the little ones very close to you.
The Boxing Day parade is set to begin at 9 p.m. on Christmas Day. Ferguson says Junkanoo is one of the biggest parades they have had to police and gave this assurance to anyone looking to break the law.
Anyone who seeks to disrupt this parade, we will enforce the law to the fullest extent. So if you find yourself in breach, you will face prosecution. And so we encourage persons to come on down, but govern yourselves accordingly.
The spirit of giving is alive and well as corporate companies, organizations, and individuals spread holiday cheer across the country this Christmas. The CB Cares Foundation is one of the latest groups to give back as they brought smiles and joy to the Wilson Track community through a festive celebration held at Amazing Grace Church on Tuesday. Community members were treated to a lively holiday party complete with gifts, lunch, snacks, and fun. Leading the heartwarming initiative is 22-year-old Calvin Brown, the founder of CB Cares Foundation. Brown says his goal is to uplift the youth in various communities and help alleviate some of the burdens they face.
We would have garnered a lot of support from local and international partners to host this event, but this is nothing new to the CB Cares Foundation. This actually is the fourth time we're actually doing this, but right now we're doing it stationary within the Wilson Track community, just to bring a sense of hope to kids within the community so they could just enjoy the holidays and just have a good start to the holidays.
Rodney Wright says the effort is appreciated by the community.
I guess it's to give back to the community, and then you have children that really don't have, and this is a good way to give back to them.
To another give back, Kelly's customers donating $4,000 at checkout for the Grand Bahama Children's Home this month, but it doesn't stop there. Kelly's also adding a $1,000 Kelly's gift card to the home to take the money that extra mile. Assistant store manager at Kelly's Freeport, Rashawn Davis, says they often support the Children's Home and has this message for corporate Bahamas considering assisting the home.
If you reach out and help the Children's Home, you would be helping the community at large because, the kids here are a part of our community. They are part of the schools where our kids go, so we would want them to be comfortable. We would want them to feel loved like our kids at home are loved, and to just be a part of everything that's taking place, to enjoy every season as we do with our families.
Executive Director of the Grand Bahama Children's Home, Joan Hutchison, comparing Kelly's to their godparent, always willing to lend a helping hand.
I'm very happy and grateful for the funds, both from the check that they're going to present, and also to know that there are people that come into Kelly's to shop and very conscious that we are in need and are willing to just give that little extra to help us make it a brighter Christmas. So thanks to Kelly's for thinking about us and initiating this.
All right, such a great effort, and later on in the cast, we will return to Grand Bahama where we shine a spotlight on the island's historic Christmas tree at the Port Lakaya Marketplace, a holiday tradition that attracts hundreds each year. We'll get to that story in a moment, but first, from holiday meals to festive gatherings, the countdown to Christmas is underway with beautiful weather so far. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Very cloudy conditions on the outside, temperatures in the mid-70s, and we still have a bit of a breeze. The winds are out of the east at 15 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 74. Satellite radar composite. We have a surface trough from a low-pressure system just to the north of the Bahamas and east of Florida, central Florida. That's going to continue to produce some cloudy skies across the area, possibly even some isolated showers passing through the area. Later tonight, some high-level clouds spreading across the southeast Bahamas. That low-pressure system will generate a front that is expected to get nearby tomorrow night and into Thursday, so we could see some showers in the forecast during that time frame. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, former Health Minister and F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands weighing in on the state of healthcare in the Bahamas. Hear what he had to say about pressing issues within the sector. Also, ugly sweaters, laughter, and good food. The leaders of Young Adults of Believers Embassy brought the festive vibes at their annual Christmas dinner. And later, the Port Lacaya Marketplace Christmas tree has become a holiday staple on Grand Bahama. Hear from the marketing manager about the magic behind bringing this tree to life every year when our news returns. Stay with us.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E. I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
This holiday season, the Ministry of Energy and Transport is bringing light back to Bahamian homes. Through our partnership with Bahamas Power and Light, we're offering the Merry and Bright Holiday Reconnection Program, so you can pay as little as 10% of your outstanding balance and get reconnected. Just in time for the holidays. Pay a little, light up a lot. The Ministry of Energy and Transport is committed to making sure no family is left in the dark this season.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Oh my God, it's a present. Well, Santa appreciates our commitment to bringing accurate, up-to-date news and pretty faces. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the team you already trust.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucaya solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to
Our News has learned that police are making progress in the investigation into the tragic death of 12-year-old Adriel Moxie. This as authorities say they arrested a 38-year-old man who is now assisting with the investigation. In a statement late Tuesday afternoon, police said forensic evidence has cleared the man initially detained at Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, who they say is now no longer a person of interest. Moxie, who was a 7th grade student at Anatole Rogers High School, was found dead in bushes near Faith Avenue South on November 20th, a day after being reported missing. We are following this story and will bring you all the latest as it becomes available. Former Health Minister and F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands is criticizing the state of healthcare in the Bahamas. While he acknowledged past successes such as reducing infant mortality and building modern clinics, Sands stressed that the COVID-19 pandemic exposed major gaps in the system. He highlighted initiatives like negative airflow systems to improve facilities, but said the country still has a long way to go in reforming the healthcare system.
These systems pull air out of rooms so that viruses don't circulate, potentially infecting patients and staff. Many facilities required this and still require re-engineering. COVID also helped us to see more clearly what is needed to reform and modernize healthcare, including strategies to address the prevalence of non-communicable disease, cancer, and obesity. So whoever became the government post-pandemic had a series of major health challenges. Whoever became the government needed a more comprehensive, smarter, and pragmatic vision for a healthier Bahamas.
Sands did not hold back his criticism of the PLP government, accusing them of failing to deliver on their healthcare promises. He claims that 3 years into the Davis administration, waiting times for surgeries have worsened, with patients now waiting up to a year for procedures. The former health minister also took aim at the PLP's plan for a new medical facility, calling it poorly planned and environmentally unsuitable for the Bahamas.
The PLP is continuing with its catastrophic, poorly thought out idea of building a very expensive standalone facility in the wrong location on New Providence on environmentally sensitive land, which is a contaminated site. So with its head stuck deep in the sand, the PLP isn't listening to the advice of the medical community that the best way forward is to transform PMH into a 21st century medical campus and teaching hospital.
All right, while adorned in ugly sweaters, the leaders and young adults of Believers Embassy recently hosted their annual Christmas dinner at Kima Restaurant. Senior Pastor Dr. Stephen Monroe and his wife, Pastor Nadine Monroe, tells us it's crucial for the church to step from behind the four walls to promote not only fellowship within the various ministries, but simultaneously presents a method of evangelism fitting for millennials and Gen Zs.
Love my church. But we're here just celebrating the holidays with our D1830s, which is our dynamic 18 up to 30 young adults, just having dinner and just enjoying the evening.
In fact, we do this several times through the year, where we go to the theater together, we go to the pool side, we have fun together. That is what Believers Embassy is all about. We're reaching you at the level that you're at.
When our news comes back from the break, Grand Bahama's official Christmas tree is lit at the Port Lacaya Marketplace. We'll show you what it takes to make this decades-old tradition happen.
Coming up in sports, in addition to everything else the holiday season means, it means basketball coverage, and lots of it.
And the countdown to Christmas is on, with ham, turkey, and holiday cheer in the air, and the weather is just right to match. Greg is back with your extended forecast when our news returns.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable assets. Unfortunately, termites are common and very unwanted guests that never stop eating. With Struckum, you can enjoy the peace of mind as we protect your investment with our 3-year fumigation warranty. Struckum, #1 in pest control services.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the lives.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
It's from Santa. He says it's for all of our hard work this year and for being the best and most accurate news of all. Thank you, Santa. And for you at home, we're wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the team you already trust. The bleachers are going up, and that means Junkanoo is just weeks away.
That also means you're closer to winning this brand new 2024 U-On Pro courtesy of Our News and Easy Car Sales.
Remember, the key to winning is to stay tuned to Our News nightly at 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. for a special Easy Car Sales story. There's a QR code on the screen that you can scan right from your mobile device.
Or head over to ournews.bs, answer the latest question correctly, and you're automatically entered to win.
The winner will be announced live during the Our News coverage of the 2024 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade.
My name is Charitable Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just...
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. We had a full NBA slate on Christmas Eve. Buddy Hield went against one of his former teams, while DeAndre Ayton and Klay Thompson went head-to-head. Hield and his Golden State Warriors continued their downward spiral in the Western Conference standings. He had 13 points in just 16 minutes off the bench in the Warriors' 111-105 loss to the Indiana Pacers last night at the Chase Center in San Francisco. Hield previously spent 158 games with the Pacers before he was traded toward the end of last season. Golden State is now 3-10 in their last 13 games. They've also dropped to 15-13, the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Staying in the West, Klay Thompson's Dallas Mavericks defeated DeAndre Ayton and the Portland Trailblazers at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Thompson finished with 13 points on 3 of 8 shooting from three-point range, while Ayton finished with 16 points and 9 rebounds.
Emily Morley made history as the first Bahamian road to compete at the Olympic Games, and now she plans to give back to the sport. Morley donated her single scull to the Nassau Rowing Club, and the club named the boat in her honor. Morley competed in the single scull at the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. After her performance at the FISA America Olympic Qualification Regatta in Valparaiso, Chile, she was granted a wildcard qualification by the World Rowing Federation, making her the first Bahamian rower to qualify for the Olympic Games. In Rio, Morley added a new sport to the country's Olympic portfolio when she finished 30th out of 32 scullers from around the world and advanced to the E-final. Locally, Morley served as the NRC president from 2016 to 2018.
In his first season of pro basketball, Nathaniel Bastien has been a standout performer for the top team in France's NM2 League. Bastien has been a top newcomer for Pays Salanis and was named the MVP of the league's Southern Cup. Last weekend, his team defeated SMUC 97-78 in the semifinals and went on to win 89-63 over CTC Gulf Antibes in the title game. Through 11 regular season games, Bastien is averaging 16.5 points per game. He reached the 20-point barrier 4 times this season, highlighted by a season-high 27 in a win over Marseille, and also posted 5 double-doubles.
Staying in France, we go from a rookie to a vet. Keno Burrows is aging like fine wine in year 20. Burrows signed with Saint Vallier of the NM1 League, and through 7 games has been the team's leading scorer at 15.3 points per game. He scored 23 points in the final game before a break for the holidays, but Saint Valier's 3-game winning streak came to an end with a 79-78 loss to Le Havre. Burrows has been a mainstay in France in recent years and has played at virtually every level in the country, ranging from LNB Elite to the NM2 League.
That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. You gonna donate something to your former sport like Emily Morley did?
I'm still active.
Your niece says otherwise.
Noche Buenas to real Christmas, by the way.
Fine. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, it's the centerpiece of holiday celebrations on Grand Bahama. The Port Lacaya Christmas tree is up, and we're giving you a closer look at the story behind the tree coming up.
Low pressure system to the north of us with a surface trough that extends back across the northwest Bahamas, producing a couple isolated showers. We'll tell you how long that's going to last when our news returns.
My name is Charitable Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Charitable Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Looks like Santa is happy to see that we're everywhere just like him, because our news is everywhere, always there when it counts. Happy holidays from the team you already trust.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us here at RTV.
This is our news. Welcome back. We have a surface trough that's hanging across the area, all attached to a low-pressure system just off the east coast of central Florida. That trough extending through us and into central Cuba. Some isolated showers associated with that trough will be in the picture for tonight and into tomorrow. But that low-pressure system will eventually slide towards the north and east and away from us. That's going to be dragging a cold front across our area sometime Wednesday night into Thursday. So we could see some showers in the forecast, possibly for Junkanoo, but we think most of the models are painting most of the activity staying to the north of New Providence, but we'll continue to monitor that over the next 24 to 48 hours. Future forecast showing that surface trough and the moisture associated with it still hanging out across the area, lifting towards the north and falling apart. We still continue with some high-level clouds across the central and southeast Bahamas, but by Wednesday, we do expect that boundary to move across that area, and then into Thursday, we could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm possible with that front across the extreme northern islands. Boating conditions for the northwest Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. We have a caution flag for the Atlantic waters. Easterly winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet over the ocean, but up to 6 feet in those Atlantic waters. Low tide is at 8:57 tonight. The high tide takes place at 3:25 in the morning. For the central and southeast Bahamas, we have an advisory still in place, but that is likely to drop to a caution tomorrow. Winds will be out of the easterly direction, 15 to 25 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet over the open waters, but building up to 9 feet along Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your Junkanoo forecast, and of course we expect things to be a little on the cloudy side with that boundary moving into our area. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s by 8 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, cloudy conditions continuing. Winds will stay a little on the breezy side. Temperatures in the mid-70s, and then by midnight, more clouds hanging around and your temperatures much the same. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, with that boundary moving into our area by tomorrow, we keep some showers in the forecast. Some general clearing on Thursday, but breezy in the morning. Then we have cloudy conditions that should take us into the weekend. Temperatures will stay in the upper 70s, near the 80-degree mark. Nighttime temperatures will be in the low 70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. And now to this report where we shine a spotlight on Grand Bahama's official Christmas tree at the Port Lacaya Marketplace, a holiday tradition that attracts hundreds each year. Tonight, we hear from the Marketplace marketing manager about what it takes to bring this iconic tree to life each year.
Very fancy, I would say, and elegant.
And that's how the Christmas tree in the Port Lucaya Marketplace in Freeport is usually described. Adorned in classic red and gold this year, the 40-foot beauty is a must-see holiday showstopper. It's been a beloved Grand Bahamian tradition for decades. It takes the Port Lucaya team about 2 weeks to assemble and decorate the festive masterpiece. Marketing manager of the Port Lucaya Marketplace, Sieska Jones, shares lots of effort goes into decorating the tree.
The maintenance department would go up and they have to physically carry each of the branches to the top of the tree. So we start at the top and we make our way down. Now what we have to do with the very top, we have to decorate it before it goes up.
The tree lighting ceremony, a highlight of the holiday season on the island, features performances from local schools, churches, and talented artists.
Weeks before the Christmas tree ceremony, we have persons calling wanting to know when is the Christmas tree going to be lit? When is it going up? So the community of Grand Bahama, they actually look forward to it. The children, oh my God, the children, they really look forward to performing on the stage.
Recently, the tree even sparked a little holiday competition online during an Our News digital exclusive, when Our News talent from Grand Bahama playfully declared it the best tree in the country, outshining the capital's annual tree in Rawson Square. Jones, of course, agrees.
They are speaking the truth. This tree in Port Lucaya is the best. I'm sorry, Nassau, I love you. However, Port Lucaya, we came out on top.
Yes, that's the tree I grew up on. Nassau, I am so sorry. Very cutesy, very Deborah. That is what we're used to in GP, just having a lot of holiday fun. But with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening and a Merry Christmas Eve.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.